in beautiful Treasure Island, Florida. Now, let's hear it for our host, our president and CEO, Andy Albright!
Y'all caught me working. Hey, man, if you got a minute, I'd love for you to jump on our Zoom call. I've got top producers on here, and you can plug bang, bang leads, and people can talk about how they are doing with them because these leads are instant. ... Jump on. Tia will give you the link. One more thing. You got to be one more. I love these TWCs, this format. Look at that. We got Megan Wood is already on there. Already got a Megan already got this morning. I got a, well, good for her. I was like, you said it wrong. You're supposed to say, good for Megan. Good for Megan Wood. You're going to need to unmute.
Good for Megan.
Good for Megan Wood.
I love it.
Nice lady. I was just telling her how you're doing. She's like, good for her. I was like, she has not been listening to me make fun of people doing it.
Right.
Good to have you on here, number one and number two. And number 3 and 4. And I actually invited number one on for the week, and he's traveling through the mountains. He said he would try to jump on audio only. He's out selling, trying to become number one 2 weeks in a row. His name is Jeff Turner. Let's do this. Let's go to the leaderboard, Tia, and let's show them. Oh, we got the number one recruiter on here too, young lady. I can't tell if they're up or is the leaderboards up?
Do you want your activity numbers or the leaderboards first?
The activity, top 3 life producers, and then top 12 life producers. I got a question. Is this producers? Let's do next week. Let's change it to top 3 issue paid premium. So it'll be life and I like life producers though. But okay, let's just read it. Let's go from here. Whoop, did you take them down or did I just lose them? Here we go. So number one, this dude turned in a out for $19,000 named Patrick McCrary. I think he's a singer. Will Perry turned in 14 apps for $18,000, and Amaka Orizu turned in 2 IULs for $14,000. Scroll it down a little bit. Let's get these top issue paid. Jeff Turner picked up issue paid $16,000. Woohoo! Jeff Turner. So Jeff is out selling right now. He's driving through the mountains. He said he'd have a terrible signal. He's going to try to jump on audio only. Katrina Guston, number 2 this week with 14,000 issue paid. 5 apps. She is on 8 apps. She's on here today. We'll ask her some questions. AC and Leticia knocked out 14,000 this week. Megan Wood, who is on here, issued 20 applications for 13,000. Junior Korea issued 7 apps for 12,252. Marvin, let's see if it's Marvin. Marvin Otsoy issue paid 8 apps for $10,000. Paul and Sam Menachino. Paul is, and by the way, Otsoy is on the call. He issue paid, look at that, 6 IULs he issued in a week. 2 other life apps for $10,000. Menachino got 8 apps issued. Jonathan and Megan Yakey together combined, they almost beat you, Paul Menachino. Almost. They got 11 apps. They did get more apps issued than you for 9,700. John Padilla on Menachino's team issue paid 8 for $8,000. Janina Wilson she's had a doctor appointment. But right now, so she was going to jump on. She paid 8 apps for $8,000. And James and Pam Alara issued 9 apps for $7,000, and Jeremico Edwards 13 apps for $7,000. Not a bad week. 6 people over $10,000 issued, and 12 people over 7,000. Nice. Scroll down and give me the annuity producers, if you will, scroller. Okay, top annuity producers. Michael Moffitt knocked out a $400,000 annuity. Dan Silva, $195,000. Neil Billings, kind of a newcomer. He's not been here very long. Knocked out $140,000 issue pay. Jenny Patel, nice Jenny, $66,000, and Janina Wilson another $60,000. Top 3 Foresters. Mimi Romero issued 3 apps for Foresters. Jonathan and Megan Yakey, 4 apps for Foresters, and Adam Johnson got 6 apps issued with Foresters. Top recruiters. Here we go. Scroll down a little bit. Alex Sabian got 2. Mike and Kate Morisi got 2. Jeremy Patton got 2. Adam and Beth got 2. Lucero Diaz got 2. Kyle and Janina got 3. Olga and Jason got 4. Jane Bazan on Olga and Jason's team got 4. Good job, Olga and Jason, by duplicating yourself. And Paul Roberts got 8, but Paul tells me his daughter, Tori, is killing at recruiting, so we're going to get her on here to interview. And Andy Riddle is on here with 8 recruits. So good stuff, good numbers right there. Let's go to the leaderboards. Tia. Well. Okay, I want to look at mine, but I'm looking at yours, so that'll be fine for now. I don't know mine. Well, that's fine. I'll pop up. Okay, I want to see. Oh, I got them, so I can make sure they got their names. Mark Hutchinson. Okay, so this is a Foresters 30-day contest to win a free trip. So if you take a minute to look at this, some people already won an all-expense-paid trip to Canada up to the headquarters. We ran a 1-month contest in the month of June. It was based on the app count. So if you go down to Adam Johnson, who's number 5, he is the best one that hasn't already won a trip. Way to go, Adam Johnson, getting 11 issued. Tad Peterson got 10 issued. Tad, you're going to Canada with us. I'm excited about that. Mike and Carrie Williams, boom, yow. This is going to be a great trip. Y'all are added in. Mimi Romero is added in. Megan Wood, you got a free trip to Canada. All right, scroll down a little bit further there. David Bragg, woohoo! He's been coming alive out there in Texas, part of Marcus Richardson's team. Evan Patzer, woohoo! We're going to Canada. Jeff Turner, Tanya Shakori, and Paul and Rachel Van Thal. Now, I got to tell you, there's one more day of data, but the only person that could beat Paul and Rachel would be Katrina. So if she got, look how close that is. If she got 1,700 issued in one day and Paul and Rachel didn't get nothing issued, it's possible that she could beat out Paul and Rachel. So I don't know, Katrina. I've got Katrina on here. I don't know if you want to get in on that trip or not, but it is close. All right. So this contest is over, but we do have more data coming. Let's scroll down and see what we got next. I think, this is a straight up money contest, and this one goes through the end of June, I think. Let's see. Scroll down and see if you got a date on this one. I think you might scroll up.
That is correct. It ended on June 30th.
This one did end on June 30th. The money one does too. This one, it says it goes through June 22 if you go to the top of it. That's why I'm saying it.
The data is through the 22nd, but the contest ends on the 30th. Both Foresters contests end on the 30th.
Okay, good deal. So top money earner. Let me see the top person. Let's see what they made. Top person getting $5,000 is Mark Hutchinson. Mark, can you use an extra $5,000? What company pays $5,000 bonuses? Adam Johnson. Adam Johnson's up in there. with $4,000. Mia Fennell, an extra $3,000. Mia, just cash, make it rain. And then Stephanie Rodriguez is a rookie. She just got started with us, and she's already passed all these veterans. It looks like she's picking up the top rookie money plus $2,000 from the veteran, which gets her up to $5,000 victory. If it's possible, she could bump up another one and pick up another $1,000. Paul and Rachel Van Thalt, there's money for you. Debbie Ben, $1,200. Junior Korea, $1,100. He's on here. All right, let's scroll down. Keep going down. Let's see what the top rookie. So the top rookie was Stephanie Rodriguez. The next rookie is Megan Ferran. She's picking up $2,000. Jake and Beret Joseph are picking up $1,250. Ethan Dewar is picking up $1,150. Emily Katz picking up $1,100. That is Adam Katz, Adam and Beth's daughter, who is going full-time to North Carolina State University, but picked up $1,100 bonus. Her friends are trying to figure out how to make $10 an hour and $12 an hour. She makes a bonus of $1,100. Steve Maxim got money, $1,000, and Dion Egsty picked up $1,000. And a lot more people won with the Foresters contest. Yeah, all this is posted on the ARC. All of it is posted on Band. The ARC is the best place to go. Let's take it down to the Fanatics. This contest is over with also. It's probably a little bit more data. It's possible somebody else could win. So Megan Wood picks up an extra $1,000. Megan's just making money. 69 life apps issued this month for $48,000 in premium. Junior Korea, $38,000. Menachino, $37,900. Kyle and Janina, Jeff Turner, Neil Billings picked up over $500,000 in annuities. Lee Reyes, Marvin Otsoy picks up $1,000, and Jeremico Edwards picks up $1,000. So the way this works, you pay over $30,000 in the month of July, we give you an extra $1,000. You pick up over $500,000 in annuities, we give you an extra $1,000. If you pick up both, we give you $2,500. So it's an opportunity to pick up $2,500 extra. Just missing Jason Carey. He's on here. Do some interviews. Mark Hutchinson just missed. He's on here too. And Katrina and Mimi, good people, just barely missed it. Robert Wilson, barely. Wilson, you could have used that money, man, just a little bit more. And Miles Gatos, $22,000. Okay, let's see what's next. West Coast Recruiters, sending that jet out to get Jason and Tawny, Paul Roberts, Brandon and Ashley Beal, Jake and Belle Krause. All right. And Thailand. This, by the way, we can't do we can't do Ashley and Brandon because of the COVID thing. We're not bringing anybody but agency managers, so we'll have to drop down. So we owe them a trip on the jet. I guess that's what we'll have to do. Leading Megan Wood, Paul Menachino, and Katrina Guston on the. This is the extension trip to Chiang Mai, and Kyle and Janina are right behind Mark Hutchinson. Let's scroll it down to the regular trip. These are we got managers. Okay, I got you. I see you. Thank you, Kyle. Like that. I'm not sure I don't see. Okay, new ones, new people. That's what you want me to show. New people. Here we go. New people. We had winning the trip. Katrina Guston is new. You're losing me.
Yep. Katrina Guston has now won the extension for 2.
Okay.
And in addition to that, Marvin and Julicia have won the Phuket, and Carrie and Mike Williams also won Phuket.
So they're brand new. Mike and Carrie brand new on this. So we now have 25 couples headed to Phuket with us with 6 more months. It looks like Mia Fennell is pennies away. Jeremico Edwards pennies away. Jake and Belle Cross. All those people are there. Scroll down a little bit more. Let's see who else is joining us. Debbie Ben's close. A bunch of people are close. This is going to be a crazy trip to Thailand. All right, let's keep going down. What's next? Love these names. F&G. F&G Life. They're just going crazy on how many people are writing their annuities, and they're issuing them like crazy. But this Otsoy, my gosh, 91 IULs for $87,000 in premium. He is strong. James and Jane Hill not far behind him with 9. They've got some big ones they've popped in. We're going to have a contest down here in Florida this fall, so make sure you keep fighting there. We got some rookies killing it. This Maddie Gonzalez killing it. Leo Altador killing it. And James Perry. So good stuff there. Okay. All right. What's next? Rolex winners. Let's do Rolex, and then I'm probably going to move on. I'm going to start interviewing these people. Let's do this Rolex. Who is winning this? I can't remember who was up last, but Mike and Michelle Alleman are so close to getting a Rolex watch. Joe Dukes is fighting to keep the watch. Jonathan and Megan are moving up. Robert Wilson's going to get a watch, looks like. Junior Korea, Adam Johnson, James and Jane. Grant Swindale is right in the middle of the pack. Mark Hutchinson's edging toward the top. Kyle and Janina are trying to get to the top. Katrina Guston. And Paul and Sam Menachino, 246 versus Megan Wood, 277. Megan, if I were you, I would keep the pedal down to get that women's watch. It's insane. You will love it. Okay, Minerve is so close to getting up in there. Eric Belair, Tim Sipe. Tim, what if you went out for the next July, August, September, October, November, December, 6 months, Sipe, you could pass these people and get up in there and get your Rolex. Patton, same thing for you. What could you do? So scroll down a little bit more. Let me see who's below Patton. There's got to be some other contenders. And this is a whole year contest. Joe Walker, Evan Patzer could get up in there. Brandon and Ashley Beal, Terry Edwards, Mike and Carrie Williams, Mia Fennell, Jake and Belle Krause, Stephanie Rodriguez, a rookie up in there. Debbie Ben, Paul and Rachel Van Thoff. Okay. All right. Good stuff. All these leaderboards are available on, they're all available on the ARC. And I've got a lot of leaders on here that I want to interview that are leading the country. I'm looking for my production leaderboards because I know you guys are killing it. Let's see, Chris Shepard. Here we go. Number 1 right now, year to date. Number 1 year to date, 502 applications. Megan Wood has issued 502 apps, 3 annuities, and 19 recruits. Smoking resume. Looks like she's riding down the road to go and pick up another check right now.
That's right.
Are you out selling?
I am. I did 15,000 in the past 2 days. So fired up.
Okay, Menachino, all of us at once. Way to go, Megan Wood.
Good for Megan.
Good for Megan.
Megan, how did you sell 15,000 in 2 days? Did you just work at 4 a.m. until 4 a.m.? And I mean, what did you do?
No. What did I do? So I have a pile of all my prior clients of who I'm going to go back to. Then I have new leads. And then, like I had it planned out. Like I always plan it out before I go. So I knew who I was going to offer the cancer policies. I knew who I was going to offer the heart attack and stroke policies. And I knew I was going to write a hospital indemnity plan on this person, and write an accidental on this person. Like I planned that out. So I knew that I was going to do 20 applications because I planned it out. I wrote it all down.
Yeah. So what do you do? Like an actuary, you look at people and you go like, I look, this guy could have a stroke. We better sell him a policy. Or her mama had cancer. We better sell her a cancer policy. I mean, come on. What do you do? How do you plan that out?
How do I plan it? I just So here where I'm at right now, this person is 64 and a half, getting ready to turn 65. So I already know that I'm going to write her a GTL because there's no questions asked. Like, you know what I'm saying? So it's like I planned on being here. They don't know I'm here.
I don't know. What do you mean no questions asked? What do you mean?
So GTL has a hospital indemnity plan. And if you're in between the ages of 64 and a half to 65 in that really, really short time frame, you can get a hospital indemnity plan and there's no questions asked. So if they have cancer, who cares? If they have, you know what I'm saying? If they had a heart attack a week ago, who cares? So it's in a short period.
I didn't know this. Is this like a secret code among waitresses or what?
I read, like I look at stuff and I ask questions. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, it's not, no, I'm not like the smartest person in the world. Like,
I'm going to get me a hat so I can throw it down. Are you serious? Is this new information to you, Menakina? I ain't never heard this.
I have no idea what she's talking about.
What product are you talking about?
GTL.
What is that?
Guaranteed Trust Life?
Guaranteed Trust Life. They have a hospital indemnity plan.
And it don't, from 64 and a half to 65, no questions asked.
You know how hard it is to find somebody 64 and a half to 65? But guess what? With the ARC, it gives us the answer. It gives you people that are 64 and a half to 65. So, like, we all need to go back to those people because there's no questions asked. It does not matter. Like, there's questions on the application, but you leave them, like the paper apps, you leave them blank because it don't matter.
It can't be true in California, Jason. It just can't be true in California. Y'all don't do it.
You know,
Katrina, have you ever heard of that in Florida? Do you believe it? She don't even believe you, Megan.
Huh?
Be nice, Andy Albright. I know
what do you say?
Went.
I don't know if I believe it or not.
Did she ever lie to you?
No. This was supposed to be a hope-giving call. Just reminding you.
Thanks. Megan, what's the name of this product? Can you look at the piece of paper, or are you driving down the road? You can't look at the piece of paper. What's the name of this product?
It's the Advantage Plus indemnity, hospital indemnity. Advantage Plus care hospital indemnity through GTL.
So this woman don't know. Does she know you're coming by there? But you feel pretty good about making a sale.
Yeah, because like it's a short period of time. Like they can only they're almost like, oh my God, she's right. I only got until I'm 65. It's a short period of time. After she turns 65, it's too late. She'll never be offered that again.
Robert Wilson, if you're listening to this, you want to talk about an easy sale to make, go look at all those 2,000 clients you got and see which ones are 64 and a half. You should go on your ARC, Menakina, and see who you got 64 and a half. Go over to the house.
Don't even call them. Just go. They like you.
Emily Katz rode with her. She went up there and spent 2 or 3 days with her. And she said, Andy, she just go to the house and tell me what kind of product she was going to write to the person. And she would go in and start talking to them and asking them questions. And next thing you know, they were buying the product she said they were going to buy.
That's great.
What do you do, Megan? You just think about your clients, just think about them and meditate on them. And like, how old are they? If they had cancer, if their children have cancer, Is that kind of what you do? I'm trying to get inside that head. I think it's a mess in there, but I'm trying to sort through it.
It's a total mess. Yeah. I mean, that's exactly what I do. Like, I obsess about, what can I do to help out Mary, right? So Mary's got a life insurance policy. Mary also told me that she was in the hospital, last year a couple times. So what am I going to think of? Well, I know I'm going to go back and talk to Mary about a hospital indemnity plan. I know Mary falls all the time. So I'm going to go back and talk to her about an accidental policy because she falls all the time and she told me she was accident prone. So it's like, you know what I'm saying? It's like we got to obsess about those things, because when you go back and be like, remember when you told me like last year you're in the hospital a couple times, and you're sitting on all these hospital bills. So I wanted to make sure I told you about this because it can definitely change things. You know what I'm saying? So like, I'm constantly thinking and obsessing about, what did that person tell me? What does this person not have? And what can I help them out with? Constantly.
Somebody told me you go back to clients the first week. Like if you wrote a policy on them, you go back and see them the first week.
Yeah.
Is that true?
Yeah. Just like a couple days later. I write a policy on them, and then I'll say, like, I'm going to call you guys here in a couple days and let you know if you're approved or not. And even if I know that they're approved or not, I'm still calling them to let them know they're approved, or everything looks great on their application, but there's something that I didn't finish when I was there the first time that is really important. And so, are you guys going to be home Friday or Saturday? And then I schedule it again, and I know what I'm going to talk to them about when I get there.
I like that a lot. I bet your persistency in placement is crazy good too. Because a lot of people have chargebacks and they get upset. I got chargebacks. Go to the house again quickly. Extra sales, seals the deal, cuts down on your chargebacks, plus you make more money. It's like a win, 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 win. All you do is win, all that. 502 applications. I hope people are paying attention to this. Mark Hutchinson, we can't see you. I don't know if that's intentional or not. Put your video on. Take your audio off. We can hear you.
Yeah, working on it. Hang on.
Working on it.
There you go.
There he is. I see you with your little red Mutual Omaha on. Is that your game time jersey?
For Wednesday it is.
You guys are crazy. All of you are crazy. That's the secret right there. He's got his Wednesday jersey on. Hey, Corey. Miss Roberts. So Mark Hutchinson has issued 149 applications this year, which puts him number 6 in the country for issue paid of $209,000, 4 annuities, and 4 recruits. Mr. Hutchinson. You listen to this girl talk about this craziness?
Hey, I got my AHIP done a week ago, so I'm contracting with all the carriers. So she got her little head start. It's on now. I got to learn what GTL and all that crap is, though, but we're going to do it.
Don't call my policies crap. These are valuable additions to a person's portfolio, Mark Hutchinson.
There you
go. Okay. Hutchinson, are you on a run this year? Are you planning on picking up the pace, or what's your plan?
Yeah, so with the new super PAC thing that you rolled out, it's like go big or go home. So we're shooting for 70,000 this month, 70,000 next month. get a bump up in commission and then, prove that you can do it. And so why stop at why go back and keep doing about 70 grand a month?
I wonder if John. I wonder if is John Davis able to make it on? Hope he can. Those bang bang leads. Are any of y'all doing the bang bang leads yet?
I did a round of them, but my GMR is so swamped with what's coming in from the NAA leads. I've been staying plenty busy with that.
He's telling me somebody ordered $800 worth, and then before the week was out, they ordered another $800 worth. I think, and then who was it? Jara Gonzalez. She was telling me that. I don't know if she's available. Oh, Otsoy. We need Otsoy on here. Somebody call him. Tell him to get on here. He has written, I don't know how many IULs this boy has written. Okay. Katrina Guston. Oh, wait a minute. Menachino has issued 166 apps, one more than you, Katrina, for $250,000, $250,000. So really, $250,000, you're not too far behind Megan Wood with $287,000. But God, the number of apps she's got, that's just 502 versus 166. But your premium is right there at her, Menachino. Menachino, when do you? I'm going to assume that you predict overtaking her volume. When do you predict this will happen?
Once I learn about this GTL thing and all that stuff, I'll probably sweep right on by. I was talking to Katrina Guston earlier, and I was like, I don't know whether to sell a Medicare SUP, a AHIP, Advantage. I don't know what the heck I'm talking about. I confuse the clients more than anything every time I bring it up. And so then I just go back to selling what I was selling. But I'm gonna land one soon. I just landed my first debt elimination, officially signed and done. And I'm like, it's like I do what Megan. It's funny because Megan Wood sells all these products to all these people, and I'm like, I've been doing that, just not week after week to the same person. I've kind of spread it out over time, and so I'm kind of in the same boat where I have lists of clients of just different stuff they need. I just need to do it quicker. Like I'm just looking at her app count, going, dang, I just need to do it a little bit quicker, and I'll get it there.
This is good stuff, Menachino. I had a friend one time, he said, what difference does it make if I make $1 million over 10 years, over 1 year? What difference does it make? As long as I get it done. And I was like, what'd you say? Speed is money. Money is speed. You make $1 million in 2 months, like quick. It's just so much better than if you make it over, say, 18 months. Like make it, boom.
Yeah, I agree. I mean, there's a big difference between $250,000 in 1 year and $250,000 in 6 months. I'm just saying, it's a hell of a difference. It feels way better.
You've done $250,000 in 6 months. What takes most people a year to do that much, and you did it in 6 months. Boom. What do you think? And I was noticing, I don't have your numbers in front of me, but you wrote about 16,000 in January. 17,000 in February, but since then you've been like 35,000 and 60,000, Menachino.
Yeah, I think it was 45,000, 67,000, 63,000, and June's not over, but that'll be right around 40,000 in June.
So January and February, not bad, 16 grand, 17 grand, and since then the lowest you've had is what? 40?
Right at 40. Yeah, 40, whatever June comes out at right around
40,000 is your lowest month. March, April, May, June, 40,000 minimum. What? Like if somebody else was out there, it's always here. We got a lot of people listening. What the heck happened for you to go from 16 grand to 40 grand?
I mean, it was. I really got pissed off, and to be honest, I was just mad. I started thinking about my situation. I don't know why, but I have these epiphanies sometimes when I'm in my living room, typically in pain. Like, you know what I mean? Like when your back hurts and you're just laying down, you're like, all right, I just need a moment to recoup. And then, and I was just sitting there thinking like, man, like I'm not happy with where I am in my life, in my business, my finances. Like I'm thinking about it. You started telling me about other people making money, and I'm like, what the hell is wrong with me? I was like, Minikino, you got to get your ass to work. And I just made a commitment that I thought I could keep to myself, right? It wasn't a dollar amount. It wasn't a certain, it was just 40 appointments a week. I was like, I'm going to do 40 appointments a week because that'll issue pay 40,000. You were talking about 20, 25, and 30 appointments a week. I was like, well, if the fanatics are doing 30, I'll do 40 because I want to be more fanatical than them. And it just kind of, I was pissed off, man. I got 2 little girls. I got a 9-year-old and a 4-year-old. Like, I know I need money for college. I need money for their weddings. I need money for cars when they turn 16. And I just wanted to get it together like now and just have the money ready. And I just started working, man. And then it's kind of addicting. I kind of like it. I kind of like making 10 grand a week. It's kind of nice.
Are you putting some money in the bank?
Yeah. I'm putting money all over the place.
Is Sam happy with the money?
Sam is happy. So yeah, she wants me to stock it up, a lot of it. Yeah, stack it up. That's the plan.
So you just started printing money by running 40 appointments a week minimum.
Yeah.
How long does it take you to book 40 appointments?
So it just depends on the week. Sometimes it's very quick. Sometimes it takes a while. But, I'll have at least 2 dial sessions of 3 to 5 hours. So I would say
you're in charge while I make sure see who's knocking on my door.
Okay. He left me with the call. Yay. So we're now part of the Paul Minikino show. No, I'm just kidding. But really, like for me, it's just I'm dialing the phone as much as possible. I will set up my dial times. Like I'll dial in the morning from 7:30 to 10:30. During that time, I normally book 15 appointments. I'll normally get 15 appointments in 3 hours. And then I have time, like if I don't book an appointment in one of my appointment slots, I'm using that time to book more appointments. Like I'm just fanatically booking appointments. When I get ERSs from clients, I'm calling the ERSs and I'm texting them if they don't pick up and getting them to text me back. Because like, think about this, like if you just got, if Hutch, like if I just helped your family with life insurance and I texted someone you gave me and said, hey, this is Paul, Hutch's insurance guy, everything is good. He put you down as an emergency contact. When can you talk? Like if you do that, it doesn't take very long. And then you have more people that are just texting you back. It's just massive amounts of activity. There's nothing crazy about it. I think anyone could book 40 appointments in probably 10 hours. I think they could do it in less than that if they start booking in between and getting clients to book appointments. It's kind of like Megan's like using all these different products. Like I'm freaking trying to book appointments any way I can. I'm going to get better at the products too, Megan. Don't worry. And then when I've never read a product guide, but apparently I need to start learning some stuff.
I don't know about reading a product guide, but I hear you.
I don't know what she read that taught her this, but I just like when people tell me stuff. I'll just listen to Megan Wood teach and eventually I'll get it.
It's a good idea right there.
Yeah.
40 appointments. How are you doing on your team? Are you getting Padilla? I see his numbers are moving up. And and Van Thoff, is your team starting to come on? Everybody book 40 appointments? They're
coming on. Padilla's trying like crazy. He's averaged like 28 appointments a week for the last 6 weeks, which is huge for him. He's shooting for 40, but like everyone is where they are, right? He's trying to figure out how to get a couple more appointments in. Van Thoff has been averaging over the last 6 weeks about 35 appointments. And I told him, I was like, dude, you realize you're that close to writing that much more premium, because there's a big difference. You would think that doing 20 appointments a week to doing 40 appointments a week would be double the production. It's way more than double the production. It's more like close to triple, because you got so many shots that they layer on top of each other.
There's there's some great trainings on getting ERS referrals. If we could get those posted on, like put a link to ERS training on Van that people could access it, or put it on the agency manager, Tia, or Jessica or any of you guys, if y'all could post that on Band, links to YouTube trainings for referrals, because it seems to me that's just the fastest way to book extra appointments. So like if we could get Padilla trained on that he was better at it, he could get it up to 40, you know?
Yeah, 100% agree.
All right. Katrina Guston, you have been just working on your existing clients like crazy, right?
I have, yeah. I've been working on those. Most of my production, though, this week, believe it or not, was leads, Andy.
Was leads what?
Was leads.
Nice. What kind of leads are you getting a lot of?
Right now, I've been getting a lot of mortgage protection leads. So I've been dialing them. I've done some in-home, some over the phone. Sometimes I'll start on the phone and I'll talk to them and kind of get an idea of what they're looking for. And then I'll go and meet them at the house.
Now, before COVID, you had not done any phone sales, right?
No phone sales, no, none.
But how many clients do you have on the books that's in your ARC, in your CRM system?
It's over 1,300.
Over 1,300. So with COVID, you were like, hey, let's start mining my existing clients. Was it a little bit hard for you with your existing clients when you first started, a little awkward, or did it come natural for you? Well,
I actually started doing that towards the beginning of the year because I had some orphan clients, and I started working those in the home, working the orphan clients. I've always loved the CCLs, the current client leads. So I think I got pretty decent at working with people who already had policies, who had agents that weren't with us or agents that were from other places. And then once COVID hit, I realized that was going to be a really good add-in to the lead mix, because sometimes with leads, you'll get people who want to talk on the phone and sometimes you don't. So I think you just have to, you got to hustle. You got to find a client where you can find a client.
Hey, tell us some mistakes you made when you first started out, because some people are going to start first of all, tell us what a CCL is. How do you get them? Where are they? What do they look like?
So with the lead team, a CCL is a current client lead. So these are orphan clients that our lead team calls and says, hey, so-and-so and so is not with the company anymore. We're going to get you a new agent. We want you to make sure you have somebody you can talk to and ask questions. And so that generates a lead. You have to say that you want to take them to the lead team. I kind of stumbled into it because when I started, and I've not changed this at all, Andy, I just told them, I'm going to take all the leads. Whatever kind of lead you want, I will take it. Whatever you have, I will take it. It doesn't matter. So I've been taking all leads. There's some that I like a lot better, but that's one of the ones that I really love, because people who have bought insurance buy insurance, period.
Yeah. This book right here talks about selling, and it says one of the things you need to convince people of is that the product will work. So if you're selling life insurance to a person who's already sold life insurance, that's one out of the three things you need to sell them on. So it's already sold.
Done.
The only thing, don't mess up selling you, and don't mess up selling the company. So you sell yourself, you sell the company, the product's already sold.
I think it's the best. I think it's kind of hidden from people. They don't realize, they feel like it's some sort of mystery, like selling to a client. I don't care whose client it is. It could be my client or it could be somebody else's client, but I think it's wonderful. It's a wonderful resource. It's how a lot of agents before we came along and had great leads, it's how a lot of agents were able to survive and make money, because they built a book of business. They had clients. They went and see them. They cared about them. They talked to them more than once every 5 years. And I think people are missing out on that. I was happy to have really stumbled upon it this year. So it was a good accident.
So how many years have you been with us, Katrina?
4.5.
and you just stumbled across it and started going to the houses, nervous as everything because they already had a policy. What do I do? Right? So kind of walk us through, like, how did you mess up? And again, did you say wrong stuff when you were in the house? Did you, like, help us if we're brand new working with these new CCL leads,
Okay.
or even if we're working with our own clients?
Right. I think the way I messed up was that I went in when I first started doing it and started thinking, okay, what do I have that's better than what they have? So I was trying to be a salesperson. I learned very, very quickly that does not work, that you appear to be a salesperson and you can tell when somebody kind of stops listening to you and stops being interested in what you're saying. It's like they shut down. So I noticed really quickly, if I did that, then I was completely turning them off. So
if you were trying to put down what they already had and lift up what you had, and that was a no-go.
Immediate no-go. So what I've been doing, and this is what I've been teaching, we've had a lot of people come through the Lakeland office, and I'm really happy that I've been here and been able to do stuff over the phone because I've been able to show people what I'm doing. More people than just can get in the car with you. I mean, I can't take 4 or 5 people out on appointments with me. They wouldn't even fit my car. But, so it's been nice. But what I've been telling people is pretend like they're anybody's new client. Most people we go to, even on a lead, they have some kind of insurance policy already. It's not any different. So what do we do when we go see those people? We talk to them, we build a relationship, and then we find out what they need. What do they need? Who are they? What's going to help them? What do they need? And then you can look at what they have and see if it meets all their needs. 99 times out of 100, it doesn't. They need something additional. They need something else. They need something more. And if you care enough to sit and listen to them and find out what they need and what's going to help their family, you're going to sell stuff, but you're not going to be a salesperson. They're just going to buy because you care.
So you're calling up a current client. It's, how are you doing? I mean, is it just like you're just trying to strike up a conversation? Talk to me how it goes.
Well, it's really, really casual. Most of the time when I get on the phone, the more redneck I am, the better, which works really well because I'll tame it down for you guys, but I can really bring out the twang. Florida is the South, y'all. I'm just saying. I don't know about all the snowbirds, but I'm from here. And so I call them up. Hey, what's up? Really, seriously, I say stuff like that. And they'll talk to me a second, and then they'll stop, like all of a sudden, wait, who am I talking to? I said, oh, you wanted to know who I was? Oh, I'm so sorry. My bad. I should have told you who I was. It's just your insurance lady. And they don't know what I'm talking about, but they don't care. Half the time, they just don't care. Somebody asked me, I think Jonathan Yakey asked me while he was here this week, you don't send them anything? You don't send them a picture? You don't get on Zoom? I said, no. And they don't ask ever because they feel comfortable enough because really, I'm just Katrina. I'm retarded. Yes, I said it. I'm sorry, Doc, but you understand my heart behind it. I'm just me. I can't be as organized as everybody. I cannot be eloquent. I'm not. I'm just Katrina. And what works for me is that I don't try to pretend to be who I'm not. I just like people. Sometimes they get on my nerves. Sometimes I call them Riri's, even to their faces. I know, I'm just loving it. But I just am me. And if y'all will stop trying to be somebody else, you would probably do a lot better because people recognize genuine people. I get in trouble a lot. Trust me, I've gotten in trouble here. I got in trouble in corporate more times than you could probably count. I don't even want to think about it. It's PTSD. But that's the reason. That's the reason I got in trouble, because nobody will ever tell me not to do something or say something, and I'll listen. No, sorry. I just got to be me within certain confines, right? Let's not go to jail.
high on the list. Okay, so I take it you get final expense leads in your area?
I do. I get a lot of final expense leads.
So here's what y'all are smart people. Here's what I'm telling my new people. I would get, if I was going to work Alamance County, my hometown, I would get every kind of lead they got. CCL, final expense, mortgage protection, bang, bang leads, because you're there. You don't want to take 5 mortgage protection in this county, 2 in that county, and 3 in that one. Give me every lead I can get jammed up. It'd be like saying, I want to go fishing in the ocean and not where the fish are. I want every fish to come together. I want to chum the water, put all kinds of feed in there, and then fish right where the fish are. Does that make, to me, driving all over the place, I want every lead that I can possibly get. I might even get a final expense, and then their cousin is a mortgage protection, and their daddy is a bang bang lead. And now I say, oh, your daddy, oh, your cousin, oh, your neighbor. It just increases the odds of getting a sale to me. Does this make sense to y'all? Are you tracking with me on this? Hey, we've got John Davis. John, can you do your video? Are you presentable?
Hey, what is happening, Andy? If you can hear me loud and clear, I'm fired up. I'm driving. I just got put on the call here, so I'm in a call.
Okay, all right. So this is a guy that runs Bang Bang Leads. You told me some people ordered like $800 worth of leads at one time, and then popped another 800 order in.
And they pop them out several times a week. I was just looking after I talked this morning. There's one I didn't realize how much he ordered. In the last 14 days, he's ordered 7 times at $800 a pop.
Holy cow.
Just nonstop, all in the same area. Has never changed it. Never changed it. Always in the same city. Just constantly flowing leads in. I do have some people, just massive amounts. I'm fired up.
Jara Gonzalez, what did she tell me? She just picked up, I think it was Jara said she just picked up a $150,000 annuity off of one of your Bang Bang leads. I can't remember what it was.
Yeah, something like that. She shot me a text yesterday. She picked up, she was getting ready to, she just made a sale from a Bang Bang lead and was getting ready to jump on a call from a referral that she got over the phone from one of the leads. And it also picked up like a $150,000 annuity off one of them. I love those stories. I have to assume that people are reordering, that they're making sales, or they wouldn't just be sending money over. We're on a mission. I know my goal used to be to get to 10,000 leads a week. Now it's to get to 30,000 leads a week. The alliance is our top priority. We're working on a lot of different types of leads. And, Andy and I have been talking. We'll get some things launched here, but my goal is to get as many of them in the alliance agents' hands across the country as fast as possible, so your bank accounts get fat and we can protect some more people.
So he's running trials on mortgage protection leads on Facebook, trials on Medicare supplement, Med Advantage. Mostly what they're doing is final expense leads, right, John?
That's right. At the moment, that's what you can order off my order page. But we should have, we're looking here, it'll be within a week. We'll have the ability for the Medicare and then the mortgage protection. I think they'll be a little slower. We do have some alliance agents who are testing them. And then I'm working on another situation where it'll be, you'll be able to get larger quantity of leads for a cheaper price. And the thought behind that is, if you're onboarding a new agent, we'll be able to help you with a map so we can target them in a certain area or county. And maybe we can get 50 leads in a hand of a new agent for a really ridiculous low price. I don't want to say it yet. We're working on it, but I think it's going to blow everybody away. I'm trying to get that done, maybe like a 4th of July sale, launch through the holidays and in the next week. But we're in close touch with you guys, so we'll get that figured out here quick.
Yes, so I got a text. Jared says she picked up a $65,000 annuity she sold over the phone. Terry Edwards said he just picked up a $100,000 annuity off of Bang Bang leads. So these leads are working. I would tell people this, that what I have heard is people that are calling them immediately when they come in is where the ones that are having the most success. And they're doing the mathematics of it. They're going like, hey, I get 20 leads for $400. 20 leads make 5 sales, and I'm into massive profit fast. And I'll guarantee you the guy that's ordering $800 a pop, he's just churning and burning. I mean, he goes through those leads as fast as possible, gets the 5 easiest sales or the 10 easiest sales, and then moves on to the next batch of leads. I'm hearing this more and more. That it's the same thing getting referrals, guys. It's the easiest, fastest method to try to pick up $20,000 in production in a week. It's just speed. Speed is money. The more we can get people to understand this, booking 40 appointments over the whole month is not the same thing as jamming it up. If you can even get 12 appointments in a day, your odds of success are tremendously increased. John, what else you got for us, buddy?
I was going to say, if you're dialing, and I think I see as these agents buy leads and then they continue to buy larger orders and more frequently. If you're dialing, $400 a lot of money, you buy a batch of leads, you get 20. If you're dialing, you're having success, you're setting appointments, or you make a sale, hit me up and order again. You don't have to wait till next week. Like if your order's running and we're making leads and you've already got 14 or 15 of them, it's much easier to keep the river flowing than it is to shut it down, shut the door, and then call me back up in a few days and open it back up. And then you're going to be 4 or 5 days behind before your leads start coming in again. So if you make a sale, reinvest it or holler at me. Maybe we can work something out, or maybe there's something else in that area. Like, people communicate with me. I know the website says one thing, you got a few options of what you can buy, but you got my number. Reach out. It will make it happen. We can get creative.
Okay. Paul, I'm telling you, I would sell your guys on this. You make a sale, don't think, I made a sale. Think, I should get an extra 20 leads. Bam. You with me? Like 20 leads, $400. Make a sale. Hey, I just made $400. Boom. Order another $400 worth of leads right then. Boom, 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 and turn it into $2,000. You see what I'm saying, Paul? Like you got to educate your top guys. And the same thing, Katrina. You understand? If you could educate some of your downline, like it's just. I mean, it's the opposite. I was just in Vegas. It's the opposite of Vegas. If you win in Vegas, you need to quit. I'm just telling you. If you win, you need to quit. Go home. You got your money. Go buy some jewelry or something. Here, when you win, double down. Does that make any sense? Like, if you get a great recruit selling, triple your recruiting budget, Tori. You see what I'm saying, Tori? When you get a person selling, I got an agent. No, triple down, because it's going to take your numbers through the roof. This is good stuff, John. This is good teaching what you're sharing with them, and he's telling you what the top people are doing. I'm telling you. All right, John. We
strategize on counters. Yeah. Thank you very much. Thanks for the opportunity. Love you guys.
Yes, sir. Put his link up on Band. And put it on the agency managers, and here's the other thing. This new link that he has, if you buy off of that link, your data, your leads will go straight into the CRM, and you don't have to load them, and then they're available in your downline and all that good stuff. So that's available. Hey, Marvin Otsoy, you kind of new with your lines. I think you might have been a couple years. Marvin, how long have you been with us, Marvin?
I started back in 2015, not much doing anything at that time.
What were you doing? Were you working on your PNC business back then?
Actually, I building, kind of good reputation in the area. I love to be in sports. I love to be at the Chamber of Commerce. I love to be part of the church. So my social life is hanging there. But you know what? I didn't realize that I have a goal of mine with me, until I meet Marvin Osuna, my friend, and you and the other guys at the national convention. Wow. It opens my mind and opened the vision about, I need to shovel that. And you guys gave me inspiration and gave me the shovel, and just working on the mind that I got.
So do you do a PNC? Do you have a PNC agency?
Yes, I do.
Okay. So you have a lot. How many clients do you have there?
So I will say, and that's one thing, because at National Convention, when I went to my book of business in life, wow, I was so really devastated with myself. Just seeing in my book of business in Alliance, just 198 policies. Gosh, it doesn't work for me that way. Say, wow. So I'm starting to picture myself. So in that particular person on the streets or everywhere I'm going. So why I don't pick this bill? Look at Andy. I got 100 bills. So I'm just picturing everybody here. Okay, if I got this on the floor, I'm just ready to pick it up. Why not? So I realized that there is, a mine of gold, and gosh, I'm doing nothing with them. So starting to focus on on the alliance plan, the alliance strategy. I'm just blessed to have Marvin Osuna, the Kerays next to me, and just trying to connect with every single phone call and just blow my mind. And I will say I have more than 2,000 clients. I mean, I don't know. So I have too many people that I have to reach. And as I can tell you, so I'm just starting to work and just, putting the engine just on tone and be ready to run.
I've got you. You tell me if this sounds right. You've issued 21,000 so far in June. You did 32,000 in May, 4,000 in April, 20,000 in March, 9,000 in February, and 11,000 in January. Does that sound right?
Yes, it sounds right.
Man, you are picking up the pace. So what are you doing? Are you just picking up the phone? Are you calling more people? Are you going to see them? How are you, where's the rubber hitting the road? I mean, what are you doing? Are you just calling friends?
I'm calling friends. I'm just meeting people everywhere because I know everything is in my mind. I was sad to tell that during the month of April, my mind was set to everybody was unemployed and nobody was to care about protecting life insurance and buy something, but it was in my mind. And I said, wait a minute, I need to ask. And I want to put my a tag here that says, ask me for life insurance. But I realized if I don't ask to the people, they don't ask me. So I have to tell them, you know what? I'm promoting funeral expense protection, mortgage protection, life insurance, retirement. I'm promoting it. If I don't tell, people don't ask me. So I say, that's why if I don't pick this money on the floor, so others are going to do it. And no, if I saw it, all right, I want to pick that money. I deserve that money, but I'm just putting my mind set to work and ask every single one of them. Last week, I just gave a trick to the people in I think that was the product call on Thursday. How amazing is just getting the phone. There is a lot of people there, and in public, I'm pretending calling to one of my clients and saying, hey, Mr. George, yes, got your policy and it's approved. Yeah, $500,000. And its price is, very, very good. Yeah, let's meet at my office. 4:00? Yeah, 4:00 will be okay. If you have something, let me know. I'll be at the office tonight. I'll be at the office until 7. Yes, sure. All right, see you there. And then I hung up and just looking around me because I saw people around me and just smile. And they asked me, are you selling insurance? Are you selling mortgage protection? Yes, I am. I am. And how does it work? Is this cheap? Is too expensive? Da da da. It just depends on the age. Oh, by the way, for your kids, wow, I got an awesome plan if you want to save some money for education. I have an awesome plan because that's a wonderful age to start something with. And people is just, all right. So let's meet. When is best for you? Today, tomorrow, this weekend, I'm available for you. And I just got a lead over there. And just because I have nothing to say, and if it's easy if I'm just getting an excuse, it's okay, yes, talk about that. Instead of going straight and ask, because no, I don't care. But talking about others that they are interested in, listen to me, that I'm just that I'm just there. Gosh, I got the leads. It's something incredible, it's something creative, and my morning starts with determination. Okay, I gotta do this. And I'm just doing at I was doing at the soccer games, I was doing watching basketball. So I'm doing everywhere. And as I said, I'm follow my dollar. If I pay this dollar to my cell phone provider, if I'm paying this to the internet guy, to the house cleaning lady, yes, and say, okay. It is amazing when I tell people that a plumber went to my house and fixed some things, and I got 5 policies out of that plumber. And the secret is ask for referrals. And it's just not the attitude. It's just smiling and just ask. And worst thing is they're going to say no, but eventually they come back. Hey, you talked me about life insurance a few months ago, and I'm really interested now. Yes, something happened. So it's up to me. It's up to us to ask people buy life insurance.
We got Marvin Osuna, and now we got Marvin Atsoy.
That's right.
Y'all are machines, man. You're rising up, bud. You're rising up in the company, buddy. Have you won the Thailand trip yet? Are you there? Are you real close?
I already did it. Oh, by the way, at the national convention, when Tony and Jason, yourself, we met at a table for a breakfast, and you told me, you asked me, how serious you are in this business? And I told you, you know what? I think the Thailand trip will be done by family reunion. And it's done now, today. I won it. Thank you, Tony. Thank you, Jason. Yes, I won that.
I didn't remember that conversation till you just said it. We were over in the old convention center sitting around a table, wasn't we? And was it your boy that came with you that we were talking to? Yeah,
my boy. Yes.
How's he doing?
Jose Carlos, who is with Alliance, he was with me, and we sat at a table before. I think it was the last day of the convention. It was on Sunday, and I said, "I'm serious because I know my potential, and I know my laziness. I know that if I, take this as a challenge, yes, why not?" And I'm glad that Rocky Mati Gonzalez already won the trip for FNG contest. She is one of the person in our team. So she is joining us, and she is the Rocky winner for that trip.
Dude, this is strong, man. Congratulations. We are so glad to have you on the team. You're important for this team, Atsoy. And you listen to this Megan with all these indemnities, and they've had cancer before, and these things are instant issue. No underwriting, instant money in your account. Boom, 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 like popcorn. $100, $20, $50, $200. Boom, 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 boom. Is it fun, Megan, getting money in your account like that?
Love it. Chris Manifold sold one too, GTL. It's not hard. Just got to ask questions.
I'm going to tell y'all something. Y'all are all crazy. I'm just going to tell you. I think I have figured out the secret. See, here's the funny thing. I talk to other people, and they go, you don't understand, Andy. The reason I'm not selling too much is I'm kind of crazy and weird and psycho. Well, are you listening to this crowd we've got on here? Are you listening to this? It's the crazy people is the ones that sell. All of y'all. Y'all are nuts. Here's a young one that's nuts. Tori Roberts. Leading the country in recruiting, Tori. Would you unmute?
Can you hear me?
Yes, ma'am. Loud and clear.
Awesome.
Congratulations. 8 contracts. Did you do all of that, or did you have some help? Somebody else do some recruiting?
No. Yes, sir. It was just me this week.
Just me this week. How did you get 8 people contracted? What are you saying to them? How are you talking to them? What are you doing?
The biggest thing that made a change for me the past few months was setting daily goals. Every day I come in and I say, this is how many contracts I'm going to leave with before I leave here today. And I'm not leaving till I get that number.
Just trying.
Yes. I hear a lot of no's until I hear a yes.
So any special ones you've come across in the last 2 weeks that you're excited about there? And did somebody text them and try to get them on this call?
Yes, sir. I make sure I text them every week and I make sure they're all on activity call and TWC.
Any special ones that might be listening right now you could talk about?
Yes, just quite a bit of special ones. Just to name a few, love Joanne. She's been awesome. We just brought on a new guy named Mike. He's been really cool. He's been up at the office this week too.
Okay.
Yes, sir. Corey as well. He actually is going to be running appointments with this weekend. We brought him on last week.
Now, Paul said that you recently kind of started to figure some stuff out. So what were you doing and what did you change to start getting more results, Tori?
So what changed is a big thing for me. I got mad about where I was. And I was like, why am I not at the top? I have no excuse. And I don't have kids. I don't have anything. I have plenty of time. And a huge thing for me too was working with Chris Hill multiple times. He was a huge help. And he showed me how to focus and channel what I'm doing in the right ways. And yeah, big thing was just I got mad and I focused my goals and made a ton of dials.
Well, congratulations. You tied Mr. Riddle. I have a goal for you now. That is to whoop Riddle's butt and out him next week. You're so many people. Well, we're good. Glad to have you on here. And I hope to hear from Mike and the other people that you're talking about that you think are special. Hopefully they'll start doing the work. I hope they'll get some training here from Otsoy and Mark Hutchinson and Katrina. But I want to get you on here and wave at everybody and see so everybody can see who's whooping their butt in recruiting. All right. Jason Carey, I see Jason and Tawny. So Jason has got I don't know how many clients he's got. Let's see if we can unmute him. There he goes. But Jason has always been a top producer in the country. And the last 2 months, it's just been kind of out of control. $25,000 issue paid last month and $47,289 already issue paid this month. Chicky boom meow, Jason. So, Jason, how many clients do you have in your inventory, and how are you talking to them? And kind of give us some insight.
Absolutely. So, 3,100 is roughly about how many clients we have in inventory. Not to mention a whole bunch of orphan clients to the tune of maybe about 13,000, I believe. So yes, all the production for the last 2 months. Could you imagine being able to do that production but have no lead costs? All that was all current clients and referral based. Every single application, every single premium, every life application, every index universal life, the big ones, the tax-free retirement, the $200,000 annuity, it all came off of the current clients of just picking up the phone and saying, hey, it looks like it's time to do your required annual review and setting up a time to talk with them.
Required annual review. How is, now I see Tony in there. How's she doing with the money coming in? Has she been pretty receptive and okay with it, or is she trying to get rid of it as fast as possible? How's that going?
Tesla could be calling.
Tesla shortly. I have promised to wait on buying a Tesla until y'all bought one first. So, is July going to be a big month for you, Jason?
It's looking like it's going to be a big month because basically we're not slowing down at all, and we're still booking an insane number of appointments off current clients, and we anticipate it being another big month. especially as we're pushing to be able to help the agency and lead the agency into extreme manager growth and getting over 25% every single month.
So brand new people that are coming on board and they don't have 3,000 clients in inventory that they need to get back in touch with it.
Mm-hmm.
What advice would you give them about how do they get that inventory quick? What's some tips for those folks? Like, what do they need to do to get their inventory of current clients so that they can obviously eliminate their lead bill? What's the best thing they can do?
Probably be that answers in two parts. First part is when we first got started, I may not have had 3,100 clients, but I had friends, I had family, and I wasn't afraid to call them and book times with them to practice with them. Like, you got to figure out some way to force the activity. So yes, I called up my Aunt Nikki. I said, "What you doing tomorrow, Aunt Nick?" She said, "Nothing." I got great. I'll be tomorrow to visit. I had an appointment with Aunt Nikki. She didn't know we had an appointment, but we had one. And I just walked through the door the next day. We had some coffee, start talking. And then did the same thing with my mother-in-law going, "Hey, what you doing tomorrow, Mom?" She's like, "What do you mean? I'm running a daycare business." Like, "Well, I'll be there tomorrow. Bring the grandkids." We had another appointment. We start talking about insurance then. So it's all about forcing the activity. I didn't have 3,100 clients, but I did have friends. I did have acquaintances. I did have family members. I was a very, very crappy mortgage loan officer. So I had a few clients from that aspect. So I would call them up and I would say, "Hey, how are you doing?" Like, "I'm doing good. How's the house? Oh, by the way, we're now offering a new product." They're like, "What's that?" I go, "It's called mortgage protection." And they're like, "What does that do?" I go, "What do you mean what it does?" "It pays off the house, of course, silly. How much it costs?" "I thought you'd be interested. I'm going to set up a time tomorrow. We'll come by. We'll talk about it." So you got to use the resources that are at your disposal instead of asking yourself or telling yourself why you can't do something. Start asking yourself, what can you do? So I would say that's the first part of that answer. And then the second part of the answer, I think Megan's already really led the way on that. It is, as you are writing policies, book those 3 days, 4 days, 5 days, 7-day reviews and going back and forcing that activity. It's getting better at the basics like your ERS and forcing the activity of calling those ERSs and booking times to drop off the information. You could be within, even if you're brand new, week number one, you're probably not going to have 40 appointments, but it's not impossible. But there's no reason why by the third to fourth week, while you're not running 40 appointments, with everything that's at your disposal between your warm market, booking appointments, going back, getting the ERSs, and doing every aspect of the basics that we have at your disposal. Within 3 to 4 weeks, there's no reason why you cannot be at 40 appointments a week. So that would be the advice that I would give.
Get in the house. I'm sitting here looking. I don't know. Paul Menachino, he's hidden behind this video. He issued $68,800 in premium. I'm looking. Katrina did $83,000 1 month. God, $83,000 in April, Katrina, and Menachino did $68,000 in April, and then Menachino did $66,000 in May. Jeez, Louise, bro, 68 and 66,000. Hutchinson, it's right there, baby. What is your game plan to hit 70,000? What are you going, like, other people are going, how does he think he's going to write 70,000 a month? What's your activity goals to get that happen, Mark Hutchinson?
I got to stop running 1 day a week and start running 2 to 3 days a week. That's it, man. Everybody has said the exact same thing. It's insane activity. And the thing is, when people don't do the activity, they let that fear start to paralyze them. They let that, well, what if I don't make any sales this week? And I was talking to one of the guys yesterday who's going through a lot of personal crap right now that, I feel for him. I really do. And we were just talking about how when you put that insane activity in, you don't have time to think about what's wrong with life. You don't have time to think about how broke you are. You don't have time to think about what if I don't make money this week. It's just that insane activity, and the numbers don't lie, and we hear it all the time. Activity will out-trump talent all the time. You can build your talent along the way of doing the activity, but activity will out-trump talent every single time. So to hit 70 grand, it just means I got to run more. And, Megan said she's written, I think, 15,000 yesterday and today already. And we're sitting at 14.5 right now. So we're right on the trail, and it's just from running all day yesterday, running this morning. As soon as we hang up here, got more people that I'm going to see. So however that works. It's insane.
So what are you going to have to do? Is it 40 appointments a week? Is it 20 appointments? What do you think you're going to have to do to get 70,000 2 months in a row?
It's going to have to be give or take 40 appointments a week. It really is. And I don't want people to think that you're talking to 40 brand new people every single week. Paul Menachino, Megan have already said it. Hey, so a lady I wrote yesterday at 5 o'clock at night, we did a Mutual of Omaha life insurance policy on her. And I'm going back to see them tomorrow at noon to talk about some annuity options. So that's 2 appointments. I'm not seeing 40 brand new people every single week. It's following up, going back and doing the GT, GTO, GTL, whatever, and having those appointments with them. So it's insane activity. And that's the beautiful thing about this. Like Jason just said, you may not have 40 that first week, but if you have more than you had last week, and then next week you do more than you did this week, just doing 2 or 3 extra more a week and build yourself up to that. If you want to take the slow route, or you can just go crazy and book 40 in a week. The activity will out trump the talent, and the activity will put money in the bank account. And there's no substitute for that.
I won't, I'm telling my staff and everybody else, post links on Band, get them up on Agency Managers text. We've had some intense 1-hour trainings with Katrina, with Jason Carey has done CCL training. Let's get those trainings out to people where these individuals that we have on here are just on and on about how they do it. Because where's the point? It's what do you want? What do you want? How do you get it? You want freedom? You want money? Please think, how are they doing it? How is Katrina doing? How is Megan doing this business? How is Otsoy doing it? Get their trainings and study it. And then go out and jack it up. Go out and make mistakes and learn, and then come back at night, get on the line. Watch this. Megan, talk about how many times did you call Mike Leventovich when you first started? How often? Was it every day? Was it twice a day? Was it once a week?
Probably 20 times a day.
Probably 20 times a day. So I was just talking to a new person, and they said, well, I just can't think of a reason to call you. I'm thinking, you got to be kidding me. 20 times a day. Katrina?
If you're working, you should call.
What's that?
Said if you're working, then you have all the reason to call.
Yeah, if you're booking appointments.
So if you're working, yeah, booking appointments, yeah.
Megan, when you started,
I still call Mike all the time.
Did you do friends and family? Did you sit down with them, or did you start with leads?
No, I didn't start with leads. I did friends and family, and then I did all my Applebee's customers. I didn't, that's what I did. So I did that for maybe like the first couple months, but I knew a lot of people. So every time somebody would come into Applebee's, I would talk about what I was doing. And I would set up an appointment while I was working at Applebee's. I was booking an appointment while I was working at Applebee's. So Mike's like, you need to get leads. I'm like, no, I'm just going to keep helping my customers at Applebee's. And then I ran out of people from Applebee's, because then I'm like, all right, I think I should probably get some leads. So
that's incredible. The stories this business produces, every one of these people. Tony, tell everybody how y'all got started in insurance. You had some experience in insurance before, and relate just y'all's meager beginnings, will you?
Well, I started in insurance when I was 18, and I got enticed into it because they said I was going to get a secretarial position. And when I was 18 and I got my license and I started selling insurance, and I was making $8 an hour, and I was selling $25,000 a month in life insurance. and that would get me a quarterly bonus check of $350. And I was so excited at 18 to get a $350 bonus check and my $8 an hour check. I had no idea that I would have the business. So a couple years later, Jason and I had gotten out of the military. We had gotten into mortgages. We were struggling. And Jason said, my great idea is we're going to sell mortgage protection life insurance. And I was like, you lost your mind. I killed it in life insurance. And I made a $350 mortgage, quarterly bonus check. How is that going to pay our bills? Do you not realize we live in Los Angeles? And it was just insane. And I'm so grateful that regardless of what I said, because I rolled my eyes and I had some words to say to him about distracting us from what we were doing. But I'm so grateful that he did not listen to me, because he was on a mission to help change our family's lives. And he was going to do whatever it took to put money in the bank. And so I'm grateful that he despite, my fieriness and our words that we had that were probably not so nice, he went out there and started selling and selling and selling and putting money in the bank account and getting referrals and growing our business. And I'm so excited because I look at my bank account every single day because it just makes me giddy. And I look at how much, Megan's looking at the same thing. And I looked at it that we put over $68,000 in our bank account this month. And, now it's like every morning I'm like, thank you, baby. Thank you, baby, for not listening to me. And going out there, and the places we have gone, the things we have done, the trips we have taken. I'm just so grateful that every day we get to wake up and we get to decide to take over the world. And we get to decide how big our bank account's going to be. And it doesn't matter what anybody else says or what anybody else does. We get to go out there and kill it every single day. And we get to determine how much goes in our bank account. And I'm so excited because our goal is we are on track. I just saw our paychecks that are coming in. We are on track for the $1 million income rate. And we will become the first, I'm going to put that out there, the first West Coast millionaires in the alliance. And we're going to go even bigger. So we're not taking our foot off the gas. We're pushing the pedal to the metal. We're looking at the super PAC, and we're looking at ways to go to 125 and 130. And it starts with us leading the pace, doing $40,000, $50,000 a month, and then having people like Otsoy say, we're with you, running 40 appointments and recruiting like crazy and building a massive organization. So we're super excited for what's happening.
Woo-hoo! Let me tell y'all something. I want to challenge this. We've got top producers on here. Janina, like I said, she had a doctor's appointment and Kyle was going to pick her up. She paid $51,900 this month. Last month issued $70,366. The month before that, $30,000. So we have people going crazy. I want to challenge you guys that are on the call and our top producers and some brand new people. We got Megan Ferran, Jane Hill is pushing some people. She's got some new people. DJ coming on, Evan Patzer, Brandon Beal. Guys, listen to this. How much can you do in a week? Not what do you got to do to get by, but how much can you do? What's possible in a week with you? What's possible? If you went all out 7 days, have you ever went all out at grades, at a job, at a career, at a business? Have you ever went all out? What could you do if you tried and just said, what am I capable of in a month? This is what we're trying to do. We're trying to get the best out of people. It's in you. How do we get it out of you and put it out on the leaderboards? Guys, I knew y'all would kill it. We're 2:00, and I appreciate you guys' input. again, put the links out for these trainers from Hutchinson's, Menachino, Katrina, Megan, Otsoy's. Let's get these trainings out and Jason Carey's so that people will spend another hour tonight or hour and a half just studying. And then tomorrow, let's get up and get after it. But don't forget today, let's book some more appointments. Guys, y'all were awesome. Thank you for taking a few minutes with everybody and sharing. This is fun. This is my favorite kind of TWCs, where we get people that are actually doing it and they get the advice. And you see how crazy they are and you see how they're making it happen. Katrina Gustin, love y'all. Peace out. Let's go kill it. Big July. Let's go.